Hello, I'm Dr. William Portnoy. I'm a board-certified facial plastic surgeon. I've been practicing in the New York area for more than 20 years. I specialize in surgery of the nose, often referred to as a nose job. As a seasoned plastic surgeon, I can't envision any surgical procedure which requires more finesse and experience to master than the art of performing rhinoplasty. The nose is a vital part of our body. It provides us with our sense of smell, aids in our sense of taste, lends character to our features, and, most importantly, allows us to breathe properly. In fact, it's the most conspicuous part of the human face. When your nose does not perform properly, or is displeasing in appearance, or has been altered by prior surgery, or even worse, due to cancer, the effects can be devastating, both functionally and psychologically. In my Manhattan office located in Chelsea, I specialize in rebuilding noses. Having performed more than 2,000 nasal surgeries, I am quite accomplished in understanding the nuances and complexities of the nose, and have honed my skills to achieve the artistic and functional results you demand.
3 years ago, I was mugged on the street here, and my nose was broken. And I went to a doctor right away, and I was told to wait a bit till it settled down. And a little bit turned into 3 years, because it healed basically okay, but aesthetically it didn't look great, and my breathing was off.
My nose was it just didn't fit on my face, and it may have been more obvious to me than to other people, but it definitely affected my self-confidence. And when I looked in the mirror, it was always the first thing I saw. Every picture I ever took, my first examination was, how does my nose look in this picture? And it was all I could think about.
I really only noticed the past few years where my breathing was really kind of labored, and I would just be tired a lot. And kind of, I guess my whole life I kind of struggled with it, but I kind of was just used to it. But it's kind of gotten worse as I was getting older.
I had a rhinoplasty when I was 16 years old. The surgery at that time was successful, but rapidly started deteriorating. My nose moved off to the right side of my face. And it just got to the point where the breathing became so difficult and so labored, and the kinds of colds and bronchitis I was getting was becoming more and more frequent, that I just sort of couldn't stand it anymore.
In my profession, due to dancing and partnering and everything, you get hit in the face a lot. Yeah, very much like a boxer, because there's a lot of close contact with people. So I did notice that my nose had a few variations in form to it. You know, not only was the deviated septum in 2 sections, I also noticed that my nose was not completely straight.
During your first appointment, we will review your medical history and fully discuss your concerns regarding your nose, whether they are functional, cosmetic, or both. I'm going to ask you to just breathe for me, in and out.
Okay.
I will thoroughly examine your nose and assess your needs for surgery. I'm going to ask you to look just straight at me, please.
Okay.
I will then take and examine a series of photographs of you to explore the specific nuances of your nose. These pictures can then be used to digitally morph the nose to simulate desired results and help to establish our surgical goals. What do you think?
I love it. I think it looks perfect.
It's great.
I had my initial consultation with Dr. Portnoy about my nose. I was not looking for a surgical answer to my problems, and between my husband and my friends, they talked me into it, and I came back and I saw Dr. Portnoy and gave him my decision. I think he still thought I was nervous, so he was treated me very gently and calmly on the run-up to the surgery.
Your breathing is better, I presume.
Much better.
Your nose looks great. It looks very natural.
Dr. Portnoy was very transparent about all of the information that I needed to have going into the procedure, right up front, from everything, all of the steps that would be taken to the financials and the recovery.
There are several types of surgeries which can be employed. The surgeries run the gamut from a simple correction of a deviated septum and turbinate reduction, to removal of a dorsal hump, and even to a full-blown open structure rhinoplasty.
The interesting thing is the week after, the recuperation period, I actually documented those photographs, and it was amazing how quickly I rebounded from it. I thought it would be like a 2-3 week process, but after a week, I looked fine. All the bruising went away, and I didn't have much swelling, so it was really an easy sort of, procedure.
My breathing has enhanced significantly. Almost from day one, I had tremendous change in my breathing, and the appearance of my nose is exactly where I wanted it to be.
The second the bandages came off, I was so happy with what I saw that if it cost double and the recovery was twice as long, I'd still do it again.
And now I feel like after the surgery, everything is kind of more balanced, and I get to show off my eyes, which is a good feature of myself, and kind of everything works better in harmony.
About 5 years after my surgery, I fainted and smashed my face into the bumper of a car. So I'm coming back to Dr. Portnoy to do the surgery to correct the imperfections from the accident in the very near future.
When I can restore one's ability to breathe and at the same time provide for a more aesthetically pleasing result, that translates to an immediate improvement in one's quality of life. To me, that's not just hitting the home run, that's the grand slam, and what I strive for in every case.
If you need to have the kind of surgery that I needed to have, with the fear that I had coming out of a bad rhinoplasty and having just come out of extensive amounts of surgery from another accident, I couldn't have picked a better physician.
This procedure changed my life dramatically. For the first time in my life, I could actually breathe. And it's something that I think I took for granted my whole life.
Are you happy?
Very, very.
Because I'm thrilled. I think you got a great result.
I feel more confident. I feel more attractive. And I guess, in that sense, I'm more attractive to people I'm noticing.
When you don't have confidence and you kind of feel held back and unhappy, it has a major impact on your life. And I kind of feel like after it, every aspect of my life improved.
So it was something that was, life-changing.